I want to thank the leadership team at Family Connections for inviting me to speak this morning and share my thoughts regarding the important work that their services and programs provide. My name is Andy Pohl, and my family and I moved to Shaker Heights from Chicago in the summer of 2016 to be close to family as well as to live in a value-driven, diverse, family-oriented community that Northeast Ohio provides. My daughter Aurelia was 2.5 when we moved into town, and our son Vincent was about 6 months. And Aurelia had a few challenges, nothing alarming or out of the ordinary, but just hurdles she needed to overcome. In particular, she was incredibly shy in social situations to the point where she would often refuse to enter a crowded room. She had a difficult time adjusting to new environments and playing with others, and she shied away from trying new activities or playing with different toys. As a result, she was lagging behind in her age-level peers in both gross and fine motor skills, and she rarely allowed herself to take physical or emotional risks, the kind of risks that help kids grow. We were getting increasingly concerned about the transition to a preschool program. Would she be ready? Could she keep up? And would she thrive? Enter Family Connections, in particular their playroom at the Shaker Public Library. Granted, going wasn't easy at first. Aurelia would cling on my left arm with a death grip, a real challenge with little Vinny dangling on my right arm. And sometimes she would opt out and want to go play downstairs and just be by herself instead. But little by little, day by day, Aurelia started to immerse herself in the warmth and wonder of Mrs. Barkis's little classroom on the second floor of the Shaker Main Library. She was comfortable. She began to let herself go a little bit, and before I knew it, the challenge shifted from getting her to go to convincing her it was time to leave. The Family Connections Playroom had become a trusted place for our family to enjoy. I don't know if Aurelia would have eventually needed any type of early intervention for her motor skills, and thanks to Family Connections, I won't have to find out. Mrs. Barkis and her volunteers took the time to establish a relationship with my daughter, took stock of her challenges and my goals, encouraged Aurelia to engage in targeted activities that helped her grow. Coming from Chicago, these type of early education programs would be incredibly expensive and exclusive. Shaker and Cleveland Heights are extremely lucky to have these services available free to charge to all families. In addition, I cannot thank Mrs. Barkis and the Family Connection staff enough for helping me out in my own personal journey of becoming a stay-at-home dad. This is hands down the hardest job I've ever had. I cannot begin to count the number of times Mrs. Barkis has pointed me in the right direction, offered some thoughtful advice and insights, and kept me focused and grounded. It's still a challenge every day, but it would have been so much harder without you. And she doesn't just provide the mentorship to me, she provides it to all parents who walk through the door. With all this, I would say that my own experience with Family Connections is neither extraordinary nor unique. I believe that this organization and their talented staff substantially impact all children who walk through their doors. Any parent, caregiver, or child could speak about the positive impact Family Connections has made on their lives. It is organizations like these that foster not only the development of the next generation, but also that build and strengthen a community. Family Connections demonstrates and reinforces the values of community where we choose to live. Family Connections helped my daughter thrive. They made it so I no longer had to worry if she'd be okay, if she'd be able to keep up, or if she'd be ready. And they helped me thrive in my new role that no one can truly prepare you for. This organization is invaluable, and we are grateful to all the staff, volunteers, and donors who make these programs possible. Thank you, Family Connections.